Formative assessments are a quick and easy way to gauge the level of learning your students are participating in for a specific concept. I'm going to start today by doing a Smart Notebook so I can use for my formative assessments. I opened up Smart Notebook, immediately gave me one blank page, and I know that I will need several, so I'm going to click on Add a Page icon at the top toolbar. I'm going to add two more. I'm going to return to the original first page, and I like to have a title for my notebook lessons. I'm going to use the gallery, which is the second icon on the left. It opens up a search area. I'm going to type in the word title, and it will come up with the results. In this case, it is several titles listed. I'm going to click on the first one. You can drag and drop, or you can double click. This time I will double click. Title page is immediately sent to the first page. This is a blank template, so I'm going to modify it by changing the font size. I want a 48, something considerably smaller, and I also want to change the type of font. I'm going to choose Comic Sans, and this is going to be about the rock cycle, so I'm going to type that. Now, you also have three tabs that are very important in this lesson. They help you stay focused on what exactly the lesson is about. So lesson objectives, teacher's notes, and lesson notes. For the lesson objective, I think it's important for students to know what is expected of them and what they are going to be learning. So please do take the time to fill out this objective area. In this case, I want to focus on vocabulary and the processes that are involved in the rock cycle. And that will be the objective. Teacher's notes, it's a generic area here, and I'm not going to fill them all out, but I will take a few moments to do a few so that you are familiar with how to fill it out. And then lesson notes. This is where you get to tell yourself, or if you're going to share this with a colleague, you get to tell them any extra information that you might want to share with them. In this case, I'm going to let them know it's a formative assessment for SOL 5.7b. And now I'm done with my title page. So I'm going to go back to my page sorter so that I can continue building my notebook. Page 2 is actually going to be an activity. So once again, I'm going to return to the gallery, and this time I'm going to search for a specific interactive activity that has to do with the rock cycle. And I will be given, once again, search results. I'm going to click on the interactive and multimedia tab, and there is already a prepared rock cycle activity. This one is actually very pertinent to what we are discussing. It mentions 5 different areas within the rock cycle, and I suggest that you do preview it because sometimes the activities may not be set up for your specific standard. In this case, I went to activities, and they are listed by the different areas that they will be discussing in the rock cycle. You click on one, and it describes it gives an activity, and it has some more information about whichever particular section you are working on. Now, I am done with that, so I'm going to go back to the page sorter. For my last page, I'm actually going to create a game using another template. In this case, I'm going back to the gallery, and I've had a chance to preview several different games, and one of them that my students particularly like is called Word Guess. I do suggest that you take some time to go through the different games and see which ones are best suited for your students and the content that you wish to discuss. Again, I will use interactive and multimedia. There are 6 choices. The only difference is the color of the theme, and since most of my notebook is blue, I'm going to choose blue as well. This is a completely blank template. Unlike the rock cycle activity on the previous page, I will be creating this one. I will begin with the edit button in the corner. Here I have the option of adding 10 words and clues which will go along with the words. And I'm going to just type in a quick example of two words that could be found in this unit, igneous rock. And then I will also type in a clue that students may use if they are unsure of how to answer the question. One more. Again, you have a total of 10 options for this game. I will also change the format of the game. You have three choices. It can be soccer, basketball, or tomato splat. I actually prefer basketball. And a nice feature is that I can also incorporate a password that would keep others from modifying it without my permission. I'm done, so I will click on OK. So this is what the game looks like. As you can tell, it's similar to Hangman. So they have to not only know the vocabulary word, they also have to know how to spell it. I do like sound, so I'm going to click on the sound option. If I forget how to create the activity or how it's played, there is a nice help button in the top right corner that will discuss both of those options for you. And then because I'm using this as a formative assessment, I would probably mention to the students you will get full credit if you can answer the words within 2 misses or less, depending upon the type of word or how often they have been exposed to the vocabulary words. And if they are unsure of a letter, they're struggling, you can always ask for a clue, which is the words that you provided during the edit portion. Now I am ready to utilize my notebook for formative assessments. I also am incorporating in this video tutorial notes. These are quick bullet points as to what you could use to remind yourself of how to create this smart notebook in particular. Thank you, and I hope this was of use to you.